What's up, everyone? Real quick video today, nothing too crazy. It's been busy, been at it since 7:45 this morning. We got really high winds for about 30 minutes yesterday, and it has destroyed everything. There are trees down, limbs down. I got the bed of the truck full of some firewood I already cut up from a job this morning. I'm gonna give that to my buddy. I gotta go back after I drop the mowers off to get a trailer load full of the branches and stuff that came off that limb. A whole tree split. We'll get turn the camera on once we get back to that property to get that stuff. But it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. Also, aside from the 4 or 5 lawns we got done this morning and the tree job, the engine fell off my 111 RX. Okay, so it didn't completely fall off, but it's hanging on by the throttle cable. So what happened was, I don't even know how it happened. Maybe just a bad bolt, but the engine mounting bolt in that steel collar that holds the engine onto the shaft, that bolt sheared. It broke off in the threads, and then now the engine is just free spin, and I can pull it off, do whatever I want now. So that sucks. So this goes to prove the point that you should always in lawn care have 2 of everything. 2 of everything, no matter what. Even if your backup is just inadequate, at least you have something. Like my backup blower is my little BG85, the old school one, or oh no, it's my HS85 because it's a shredder vac combo too. That's my backup blower. It needs carb work. If my 700 goes down, I got the combi unit with the trimmer attachment that I'm using now because the 111 is down. And you should definitely always have 2 mowers, no matter what, because that really is your money maker. You can get away a couple weeks without trimming on some properties, depending on who the clients are. They'll let you slide with it for a repair, but generally 2 of everything. Always have a backup in case you get screwed like I did. I go to pull the trimmer off and boom, engine slides right off the shaft. I'm really glad it didn't slide off while I was driving and the engine comes hanging off the rack. Talk about embarrassing, especially if you pass a different company. But anyway, I'm going to meet up with Elms. He's got a bolt extractor. We're going to give a try, see if I can't get this bolt out of the threads, and then I can just go to the dealer and get a replacement bolt to put in there. It should be no problem at all. So that's what we're going to do now. All right, so man, that went way smoother than I thought. It's funny. It's funny when you show up to a mechanic shop and you see them all swarm like bees around the equipment that needs attention. I'll tell you what, bringing that trimmer up to Elm shop was like bringing a gunshot victim into an emergency room with everybody just boom, instant attention. That was awesome. I'll tell you what, you must be grateful and appreciative of having people like that in your life. Because as soon as I seen all that going on, the first thing, oh man, we got, there was a car accident back there. And fire truck is moving and grooving. See that? Look at that. It wasn't a bad accident. It was just a T-bone. Nothing terrible. And people just don't know how to get out of the way. Look at that. Well, my day could have went like that, but it didn't. Luckily, we just had a sheared bolt. Anyway, we took the rubber sleeve that's around the mount bushing for the engine. They got that out. They took the little wire clip out from around it and then slid the engine back, moved that collar forward a little bit, and the bolt was already sticking out of the back side enough to man, there's a lot of police headed up that way. Didn't even look that bad. Just got some needle nose and backed that thing out the rest of the way, so didn't have to do any drilling, didn't have to do any extractions with with bits or anything. Man, I can't talk today. Been moving and grooving since 7:45 this morning. I don't know, moral of the story, be appreciative of helpful people in your life. Always be very grateful. because you don't find people like that very often anymore. The world is healing with kindness. I believe that. And I need to get over. So hopefully this guy will practice that. Let me over. There we go. Okay, we're gonna go pick up some more limbs. I still gotta grab the limbs from the first job I talked about, and I'm gonna show you guys that tree and kind of what happened. And this tree is basically a risk. It needs to come down. It really does. I'm gonna take a look at it and see how risky it'd be to fall this tree basically in the yard. There should be an open spot for it. I'm gonna look at it more closely and determine, because we got a split. It's gonna split 3 ways in the next heavy storm. I guarantee it. It's bad. The limb that broke off caused a split down the middle, and it already got hit by lightning once, so it's got a crater burned into it, and that caused a split, and it's a disaster waiting to happen. It's not a very big tree, but it is a tree that needs to be paid attention to and probably removed. Well, now we got an ambulance now. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and pull off to the side of the road and not hit this sign. I'll tell you, there's another thing. You see an ambulance or first responders like that, get out of their way. So many people don't get out of their way. Even if you don't think you need to get out of their way, give them room, just in case. Be respectful of the road. I digress. Let's get to the work. So I stopped off at one of my customers' houses really quick. They had some limbs that came down. You can probably see back there, got a little bit of stuff on the trailer. I'm really waiting for their neighbor to contact me. Look how tall that grass is. That's 2.5 feet, 3 feet, super thick. It's healthy grass, but you can see where I've been cutting it last Thursday, and how tall it's grown. It'll be a month and a week since this grass has been cut over here. There basically is no edge line. Yeah. So I'm waiting to see if he'll contact me, because he's past the point of a push mower working on that efficiently. So we'll see what happens with that. See if I can upsell him on bush trimming and all that other stuff too at the same time. Just make it a $300 stop. $250, $300 stop. Okay, so here we are. Here's limbs we cut up this morning. This was laying in the street, and then the city came by and they ripped it off with a big set of mechanical jaws and pulled it back up into the yard. Look at that. So we have a crack going down through here. There's a decent amount of weight on this side, and then it had already been hit by lightning over here really bad. So this tree is just a disaster. And the problem is it's leaning towards the driveway, and you got power lines, so there's not really a way to, you have to take the pole saw and limb all that down, and then once on the ground just chop it up, haul it away. Pretty big project. So we're gonna get all of that on the trailer, and that should just about wrap it up. Update. So I went by Ace Hardware, where I originally bought my 111, and they totally hooked me up with a new engine bolt for that. Northern Tool didn't have it. Ace Hardware didn't have it either, but the guy went back and took one out of a new 111 still in the box, and he gave me that bolt and only charged me $2 for it. So very grateful for their customer service at Ace Hardware in my town. Got to give them a shout out. That's life-saving service when equipment goes down, and especially for a part that nobody keeps in stock because it rarely ever breaks. So a huge shout out to them. Now, yesterday the wife's alternator went out in the Jeep, so we got to replace that. Tore the old one out, took it up, got a brand new one in back. We're gonna go ahead and get that installed. Let's get to it right now. Little sweat beads, man, are everywhere. Everything looks to be doing good. Yep. So I did have to give it a jump because she was driving on just battery power yesterday, just to get it home so it could die in front of the house. Everything looks to be going good so far. I'm gonna go ahead and take it for a test drive. Make sure a pulley don't blow off of it, which it shouldn't. Nah, we should be good. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the little bit of footage that we got. Little something new on the channel, a little bit of vehicle repair. Why not? It happens, right? So anyway, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe, and until next time, we'll see y'all then.